Howdy guys, it's Joe here, and today I want to talk to you guys about why some people might hate the character Ana, some of the annoyances about the character, and give you a little bit of sympathy if you have been facing this person and you've gotten a little bit tired of it. On the other end of the coin also as well, if you're playing Ana and you're wondering why people might not like your character in every situation, I might be able to give you a little bit insight into that. Anyways, with that all said, let's just get onto some of the things that are a little bit annoying about the character. And the first thing that I want to say that really does, kind of hurt the character in some ways is the fact that she's been really the best support for a long time. And she's really shoved the other supports kind of out of the way. I mean, when was the last time that you saw like a ton of Zenyatas or a ton of Mercies instead of an Ana? Or, just switching out between Ana and Mercy, Ana and Zenyatta. It really doesn't happen way too often. She's just so strong and such a necessary pick along with playing a Lucio that most of the time you will be seeing her, especially when you're looking at these esports gameplays, and that can get boring at times. Next, I also want to say that, along with this, she feels really necessary to win a lot of games. If your team doesn't have an Ana while the enemy team does, there's a likely chance that they're going to do just a little bit better than you. The enemy team's Ana just has more options, more stuff you can do, more healing, just really more. And it does make at times be kind of annoying. Sometimes you'll ask your own teammate to switch to Ana when you really shouldn't want to have to do that. You should want to have so that they can play any support that they want to, but in the current state, it feels like a lot of the time, you kind of have to go for that. Next, I also want to remind you guys that she can actually out-heal any other support in the entire game by actually a really quite large margin, especially if you have your grenade on them, and she's the only character in the game with any burst healing. So, that's a pretty nice unique thing about the character. There's just the fact that there's that, and her regular healing is still stronger than everyone else, that just really makes her kit so strong. And having this as well as just her kit being so strong, it can be a little bit annoying to face at times. As well with this, I feel like a lot of people do say, it's really kind of balanced out because you have to aim way hard as Ana. But honestly, if you can aim pretty decently, you're going to be doing really good with her. And there's honestly not really way too many negatives about the character if you can even aim okay. And let's think about this. Is it way too hard to aim a giant D.Va, a giant Reinhardt, a giant Zarya, a freaking giant, whatever the heck else, Roadhog? Is it that hard to aim at that? Of course, it can be kind of hard to aim at some of the smaller characters like Tracer, but for the most part, you're going to be healing the tanks a lot more than the other characters. It's not really way too hard to aim, and being able to heal so much faster with really that being your only negative is kind of annoying at times. As well with this, we originally thought, maybe you'd have to be scoped in to be really accurate, but you don't really have to be, honestly. A lot of the times, players never really scope way too much because, the regular shot actually has a huge hitbox, really easy to hit, and yeah, it works out pretty well. Even on console, even on PC, wherever you're playing, non-scoped, especially on tanks at medium range, not really way too hard to hit, and with that super high healing that it does come with, it's pretty nice. Other than her healing though, and other than the fact that she does outclass a lot of the supports, there's also the fact that she has super high consistent damage that surpasses actually quite a bit of the attack heroes at longer ranges. A really good example of this is McCree. At a certain range, Ana can do a lot more damage than McCree, and in a lot of cases, Ana can counter someone like Pharah a lot more than a McCree at further ranges, which when you think about it, it's really weird seeing that she's also one of the best healers in the game, or the best healer in the game. So putting those together, it can be kind of hard to deal with and just hard to play against the character overall because she has so much strengths. As well with that, she does kind of body flanker. She's like an anti-flanker support, which would normally be what counters Ana because, she's a sniper character. But in this case, it really doesn't work like that. She has the sleep dart to counter them, she has huge damage, she can really 3-shot any of them in the game, and she can make that into a 2-shot if she just shoots them twice and then hits her E with them. As well with that, her E does add an effective 100 HP, so she's pretty much like a 300 HP hero that one of the backline people have to try to take out, someone like a Genji or a Tracer. Overall, pretty hard to go against, and yeah, when you're playing one of these people and when they have an Ana on their team, it can be quite difficult. With that, let's also not forget to mention that her ult is one of the best in the entire game for pushes and for offense, and it really bodies a lot of defensive hero, countering even more of the bunch. As well with that though, it can also make for very frustrating times when you're trying to beat the defense. If Ana happens to, ult someone like a Bastion, and he just mauls through your team, that can be pretty annoying to fight against, and with the huge damage reduction, as well with, Bastion's damage reduction, that in particular can be pretty hard to deal with. Some stuff other than, just her kit though, let's not forget about the fact that Ana actually did pretty much single-handedly create the tank meta. The meta that, let's be honest, was probably one of the least favorable by the community that's ever come out so far, and she could still do it pretty well. Healing per second is so high, and especially when D.Va was in the game with that giant armor that, could actually heal faster than the enemies could do damage, that was pretty ridiculous. And there was the fact that Ana really didn't even get nerfed after that was all going on. She got a small nerf, but that's really it. And then the takes kind of suffered a lot more than the character herself. That was actually pulling the meta by herself. Overall, she did create the tank meta, and that's one thing that you can kind of hold against the character until we come up with a future meta that could be even more annoying to fight against. But I'd say finally, one of the most annoying things about playing Ana that might make you hate the character is if you play any of the other supports. Playing a support against Ana can be very, very frustrating. She can counter you, stop your healing, and all that from there. As well with that, just barely, Ana was about to get a nerf. Ana might have become at a similar power level to the rest of the supports, and the other supports could have maybe had a time to shine in the limelight and be able to show off what they can do. But then the Ana community is so strong that pretty much got shut down immediately. Way too many complaints, and Ana's essentially in the same power where she's always been. I feel like this is really hard for a lot of support players. You finally have the chance maybe to play your other characters, but it's just kind of shut down. Now I hope that in the future sometime Ana can be at the same level as all the other characters. All of them can be very good, and you can just switch between them depending on the map, depending on who you like to play, and just kind of going from there. As far as it is right now though, if you're a support player and you played other heroes other than Ana, hope that you have a time to shine in the future. And if you're an Ana player, hope that your character's still pretty good whenever the nerfs finally do come sailing in. Anyways, with all that said, that's at least my own opinions on this character. You know, some of the ranty stuff, some of the stuff about the character that I just want to get out there and just kind of talk about because I feel like it's pretty fun to hear this stuff, especially if you're very frustrated with the character at the current time. Just nice to hear someone else talk about them a little bit. Anyways, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what your personal frustration is the most about Ana, be it something I've already said or something else. As always though, guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to press the subscribe button. And as always, have a wonderful day.